one thing my family kept hidden from me until it was too late. I had planned a quiet evening at home after a stressful week at work. My phone buzzed with a message from my brother, Jake, saying, "We need to talk. Meet me at Mom's." I thought nothing of it. We had family gatherings all the time, but something in his tone felt off. I walked into Mom's house, greeted by the usual smell of coffee and the sound of the old piano playing softly in the background. Mom was in the kitchen, like always, making dinner, and Jake was pacing in the living room. His face was pale, his hands shaking. He barely looked at me when I walked in. "Jake?" I asked, concern creeping into my voice. "What's going on?" He stopped pacing and sat down on the couch. His gaze flickered to Mom, who had joined us with a forced smile. "Lena," Mom began, her voice faltering, "there's something we've been meaning to tell you. Something important." I sat down, feeling the air in the room grow heavier with every word she spoke. "Something we should have told you years ago," Jake added, looking anywhere but at me. I felt a chill run down my spine. The weight of their words didn't make sense. My mind raced through all the possible things they could have kept from me, but nothing prepared me for what they were about to say. "You're adopted, Lena," Mom said quietly. The words hung in the air like a bomb waiting to explode. I blinked, unable to process what she had just said. "What? You were adopted," Jake repeated, his voice breaking. "We didn't want to tell you until you were older, but now it's time." I stared at them, my heart pounding. The world felt like it was spinning around me. "Why didn't you tell me? Why now?" Mom's eyes filled with tears. "We didn't want you to feel different. You're our daughter, Lena. In every way that matters, you're ours. But your birth parents," she trailed off, her voice shaking, they made some decisions that we couldn't share with you until now." I didn't know what to say. I had grown up with their love, their protection, and now everything felt like a lie. How could they have kept this from me for so long? Why hadn't they told me before? Jake spoke again, his voice softer now. "We didn't want you to feel abandoned. You were loved from the moment we brought you home. We just wanted to protect you. But it had kept something from me. Something that, once I knew, made everything feel different. It was too late to unlearn it. I couldn't look at Mom the same way, couldn't look at Jake either, without wondering what else they had kept hidden. Why had they kept this secret for so long? What were they protecting me from? Were they protecting themselves? I left the house that evening feeling like I was walking in someone else's shoes, my reality shifting with every step I took. I didn't know how to process it. How could everything I had ever believed be false? I tried to reach out to Mom, but she didn't return my calls. Jake was distant, avoiding any talk about it. They had told me the truth, but the silence between us said everything. I was an outsider in my own family, and the truth felt like a betrayal I couldn't shake. Days passed, and I started looking for answers. I went to the adoption agency, dug through papers, and found a letter from my birth parents. I read it over and over, their words filling the gaps, but I couldn't understand their decision. They hadn't wanted me to feel abandoned, but it was their absence that made me question everything I had known. I hadn't known their names, hadn't known the reasons behind their choice to give me up. And yet the one thing they had left me with, the one thing I couldn't change, was the fact that my whole life, everything I thought I knew, had been based on someone else's choice.